Hyatt just announced major changes to their loyalty program, and today we will cover everything you need to know. After the past 2 years of horribly bad devaluations, I am extremely thankful to say that these changes are overwhelmingly positive, which is an increasingly rare sight in the world of hotel loyalty programs.
So hi, I'm Sherwin. We are interrupting our regularly scheduled programming of the Credit Card BS podcast with this breaking news. If you do enjoy this content, be sure to check out our weekly podcast episodes where Sean and I do really deep dives on credit card and travel rewards and strategies. So let's start us off, Sean. Can you tell us what are Milestone rewards? How do they relate to status?
Yeah, so in addition to Hyatt's normal status levels of Discoverist, Explorist, and Globalist, they also offer an additional incentive program that is solely based on the number of nights that you stay in their hotels, or at least the number of elite qualifying nights that you earn. So these are technically separate than status. So even if you are a globalist, you don't necessarily get the award perks or the milestone perks that are associated up to the 60-night level. These are completely separate incentives that are supposed to be for guests actually spending the nights in the hotels, or at least earning the actual elite qualifying nights.
Yes. So prior to the changes we're going to discuss today, how it basically worked was at 20 and 30 nights, you would get club access awards. You'd also get a category 1 through 4 certificate at 30 nights. 40 nights, you could pick, I think, 5,000 points or a $100 gift card. And at 50 and 60 nights, where the juicy things came in, you get two Suite Upgrade awards at 50, 2 Suite Upgrade awards at 60, get the category 1 through 7 certificate at 60 nights. You get the My Hyatt Concierge at 60 nights. 60 nights is also threshold for globalists. So that's like main thing. And then there were additional awards from 70 to 100. I already thought those were pretty solid. But Hyatt just revamped these, and I think they might be even better. Sean?
I 100% agree. Even before these changes, the other hotel programs did not compete in the milestone reward space at all. And now Hyatt is just completely blowing them all out of the water. So one of the big changes is that the milestones now go all the way up to 150 nights. Previously, it was officially only 100. Now they have a published chart all the way up to 150 nights. And we are seeing an increase in focus on pick one awards, meaning you have a variety of options for different milestone levels, and you can pick the option that is best suited to you. So starting all the way at the beginning, at 20 nights, you can pick one of the following: a 2,000 point award for your next stay at select brands, 2 club access awards, which was the previous award at 20 nights, or a $25 find credit for Hyatt's Find program. It's a separate program, not hotel stays. It's like an experience booking program. Sherwin, what do you think about this first level compared to the previous version?
It's definitely an improvement for several reasons. First of all, many of us previously felt, especially if you normally obtain globalist, that these club access awards were largely useless, not only because of the dwindling number of properties in the United States that are that even have club lounges open, but also because as a globalist, you get access to the club lounge regardless. You don't need to use these awards, and you couldn't transfer these to other people who weren't globalists. So having the option to pick other things is a huge plus. Additionally, and we'll talk about this later, the club access awards, much like the other awards we'll mention today, will now be transferable to other people. So even if you were a globalist, there may be an option to pick this so you can gift it to other people. But if the club access awards are not for you, the 2000 next stay award is better than nothing. It's kind of weird. You have to stay after activating that, to stay at a Hyatt Place, Hyatt House, I think Your Cove or Caption. I'm not sure if I'm remembering correctly, but one of those within the next 180 days. And once that stay is complete, you will get 2,000 points. So, for some people that may be better than 2 club access awards. Sean, would you agree?
I would agree. It's all dependent on circumstance. To be totally honest, I'm a hotel snob, so I don't find myself staying at these select service properties that often. So I probably would end up picking the 2K, next day award, but would I be able to earn it? Who knows? The 2 club access awards are much more interesting now, given that you can transfer them to other people. We'll talk more about the transferability of these certificates and awards in a little bit. But overall, yeah, great change there. We'll see a similar change at 30 nights where you have the same choice of awards, Plus, you get the previous award of a Cat 1 to 4 certificate, which, to be honest, they've been becoming less and less useful. But it is nice that they are, there to begin with. At 40 nights, we'll now have your first Guest of Honor award. Now, this is interesting because previously, Hyatt's Guest of Honor program for Globalist would be that a Globalist could reserve a hotel for another Hyatt member on points, and that stay would be granted Globalist benefits, even though the Globalist would not be staying on the property. They've now gotten rid of the unlimited aspect of this program, and you'll earn these things called Guest of Honor awards, meaning you can give a Guest of Honor stay, whether points or now even cash, to another member, or even yourself if you don't have Globalist status, and they can receive Globalist benefits on their stay. And in addition to this, you'll have a pick one of 5,000 points, one suite upgrade award, which we'll talk about the specifics of how those work in a little bit, or a $150 fine credit. Sharon, what do you think about this 40-night award change? Because this is where we really start to see the first major change, especially in the Guest of Honor realm.
Yes. I think at the 40-night level, this is a huge improvement. Previously, the best thing you could pick was just 5,000 points or $100 gift card, which aren't that exciting. But now you have the potential to earn a suite upgrade award at 40 instead of having to wait till 50. Additionally, I think the Guest of Honor award is pretty solid. Like if you are not if you have not attained 60 nights to get global status, you are potentially able to enjoy globalist benefits for one stay because you can use the Guest of Honor award on yourself now. First, we'll dive into more details about this Guest of Honor thing later, but this could be potentially seen as a negative for globalists who are no longer able to give an unlimited number of Guest of Honor awards. But I think it is fairly manageable given that most people are probably not booking like an immense number of Guest of Honor bookings. I also do really like that you can use this on cash bookings now. A lot of times I want to give globalist status to someone else through Guest of Honor, but the points value isn't really there. So be able to use cash is a great improvement. So also, important thing to mention, starting with this new system, if you use the Guest of Honor award on someone else, not only will the person receiving the award receive the elite night credits for that stay, which is the way it worked before, so that still remains, but also the person booking the Guest of Honor will earn one elite night credit for the stay. So there's now an incentive in terms of earning late night credits on both sides. Now for the person booking it, it's one EQN per stay and not per night, though the per night is for the person staying. Sean, is there anything I missed or any thoughts?
No, I think you pretty much covered everything. One interesting new change as well, especially on these Guest of Honor awards, is that previously, if you're a globalist booking a Guest of Honor award, you had to call in to do it, which isn't always the most fun. I mean, you could also message the Hyatt, concierge on Messenger or whatever.
Oh, you
but
can't
now
do that.
They'll be.
They don't let you do Guest of Honor on Twitter, so you really had to call in.
Oh, I was able to do it on the Messenger app at least, Facebook
Okay.
Messenger. I've done it before. I don't know
Maybe
if
they
it was
changed
officially
it.
allowed.
Yeah.
But now they'll be bookable online. So you'll be able to book them directly on Hyatt.com, which is way easier. I mean, that's, who wants to call in if we don't have to? So that's also a great change. And overall, this is just a really, really positive change we're seeing for the Guest of Honor. The only people really being negatively impacted are really if you're a globalist that made a ton of Guest of Honor reservations, because now it is going to be limited. And two, if you are a globalist light. So, normally to earn globalist, you have to spend a full 60 nights in a calendar year at Hyatt's, like a membership year. But the thing is, now, if you were, previously, there was a way to earn status challenges where you didn't have to spend the full 60 nights. And you'd only have to spend 20 nights in a 90-day period. And if you would earn globalist that way, you would be able to make Guest of Honor reservations, previously unlimited. Now you can't make any until you reach those milestone rewards. So those, two types of people are the ones actually being negatively impacted by this. Pretty much for everyone else, it's a net positive change overall.
Yes, I do think now is a good time to mention that if you're an existing globalist, though, that hasn't earned 40 nights, there is still hope because these changes don't really kick in until 2 years later. So if you are a globalist by December 31st, 2023, you will get 5 complimentary Guest of Honor awards in January. And that will be in addition to the other ones you earn through Milestone rewards throughout 2024. In addition, if you have Globalist through February 28th, 2025, meaning that you achieved 60 nights or completed a challenge in 2023, you retain access to the unlimited legacy Guest of Honor awards. How that works is that if you've used all of your new Guest of Honor awards, you can still do the call in and points only through the old system, Guest of Honor bookings for other people. And that will be available to you through February of 2025. I think this is pretty good. Like, Hyatt is basically saying, if we're giving you a positive change, it'll take effect immediately. And that's kind of what the 5 complimentary awards January signals to me. But if we're making a change that could be perceived as negative, we're still going to allow you to use the old system through when you're expecting your status to be valid through. Sean, would you agree with this take?
Yeah, I think this is it's fair, of course, but it's also very generous because a lot of programs would have just, gutted it and said, okay, this is what it is and you're going to accept it. Hyatt's really doing, okay, look, we're changing the system, but even if you had earned status specifically to maintain your Guest of Honor benefit, now you are not being harmed in any way, shape, or form because your status expiration, what it was going to be, now will still honor the traditional Guest of Honor system up until that point. So that is really, really generous that they're implementing this new system, but not in any way harming anyone that had tried to earn status to use the old system, up until, of course, the status expiration dates. But now they're giving you advance notice so you can make your changes for the next year if you're going to, if you want to choose to stay at other hotels because of this change. But overall, this is still really good change. I think, so let's moving on to, were you going to say something, Sherwin?
Yeah, just really quick. An important caveat, as I said, is that if you're someone who has Globalist through February 2025, you can only access the unlimited legacy Guest of Honor if you've used all of your new Guest of Honor awards. Now, remember, the new ones, you can do cash bookings, but the legacy one, do points only. So let's say you want to do 10 Guest of Honor bookings, right? The strategy would be to book the 5 in cash first with the new awards, then you can access the legacy one to do points. But if you do it the other way around, it won't work.
That's a very good point. So there's kind of this aspect of you need to make your cash bookings first if you plan to do that, because otherwise you won't be able to do them at all. So, okay, I'm going to go through these next Milestone rewards fairly quickly. At 50 nights, it's pretty much the same as before or similar. It's a pick one. You can get 5,000 Hyatt points, 2 suite upgrade awards, or $150 fine credit. 2 suite upgrade awards is, in my opinion, the obvious choice. At 60 nights, it's basically unchanged. You still get the same Cat 1 to 7 certificate. You still get the same 2 suite upgrade awards. You still get access to My Hyatt Concierge. But now, additionally, you also get 2 Guest of Honor awards. So that's kind of the new change, as we previously talked about how the Guest of Honor awards work. At 70, 80, and 90 nights, you get 1 Guest of Honor award automatically, each of those milestones. And then you also have a pick one between 10,000 Hyatt points, 1 suite upgrade, and $300 for find. Now, at the 60-night one, it was 2 suite upgrades or $150 for find. For me, I would obviously pick the suite upgrade. But at these milestones, 1 suite upgrade or $300 for find, that's a bit of a tougher, potentially a tougher thing, because $300 for a find experience, I haven't done find, but that's a significant credit. Sherwin, what do you think?
Do you know what find? I actually don't know what find is.
I don't really know either, to be honest with you. But I know it's kind of like, I think, and I could be wrong, like Marriott lets you book kind of like when you're booking a hotel, like you could do a walking guide or like a tourist guide or a tasting menu at this restaurant. I think it's a similar style to that, where it's kind of like a TripAdvisor style book and excursion thing. Again, I could be wrong. Neither of us have used Find, in full disclosure. But to me, a $300 credit, that is significant enough to where, okay, if I wasn't going to be able to fully utilize that suite upgrade award, that potentially, if I wanted to book an experience through Find that I found interesting, could be a pretty cool milestone.
Yeah, I mean, but considering that a suite upgrade award, for those of you who are unfamiliar, can be used on a stay of up to 7 nights, I believe can be confirmed at the time of booking rather than X number of days out like IHG or Marriott. It is very possible to get more than $300 in value from 1 suite upgrade award alone. So I think it's a tough call.
I totally agree. I think suite upgrade awards have massive potential value. The only caveat, of course, is it all depends on how long you're staying at the hotel for and when you are booking said hotel. Let's say you want to go to somewhere that's like super popular, like the Grand Hyatt Kauai. You are just not going to be able to use your suite upgrade there unless you're booking like a full year in advance. I have 2 upcoming stays at the Grand Hyatt Kauai, neither of which I can use suite upgrades for. My previous 2 stays, I also couldn't use suite upgrades for. So at certain popular hotels, you'll have a very tough time using them. But if you're someone that books your stays far out in advance or stays at more off-peak times, then it could be extremely, extremely valuable to have these suite upgrades.
Makes
so
sense.
Moving on, at the next milestone is 100 nights. So this is where we get to the baller level people that are almost living in Hyatts. You automatically get a Cat 1 to 7 cert. Very nice, because previously that was not there. And then you also get a pick one between 10,000 points, 1 suite upgrade award, or a Miraval extra night. So you buy 1 night at a Miraval hotel, you get 1 night extra. Now, Sherwin, does this work on cash and points, or is it only one of them?
Yes, it works on both. So you could get basically 50% off points on a 2-night stay at Miraval.
That's really interesting. So what I'm now also curious about, so Miraval, for those of you that are not familiar, basically has a category bajillion number of points you have to use. It's like 65,000 or something. Now, previously Miraval would run these promos where you could buy 1 night, get 1 night, which would, bring it down to a much more reasonable points cost. But on those nights, you wouldn't earn like the extra credit. So basically at Miraval, they give you like $150 per person or something like a night for like spa credit or whatever to use at the hotel. But on those extra nights during the promos, you wouldn't get that credit. Sherwin, I don't know if you've dived deep enough into this, but do you know if you would get the the extra spa credit on those nights?
I don't know enough about it. I'm sorry, but I'm sure there's information online about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a niche area anyways, but even if you don't get the credit, let's say, it's really nice because it does bring that, points cost of something just completely absurdly stupid to actually a reasonably good redemption at these premium properties. So that is really great to see at the 100-night milestone. So Sherwin, do you want to cover the next milestone
Yes,
sets?
I'll finish us up. So this probably applies to very few people at this point, but at 110, 120, 130, and 140 nights, you get 1 guest of honor award at each of those levels. And at each of those levels, you also get to pick one of the same thing, 10,000 points, 1 suite upgrade award, or a Miraval extra night. Now at 150 nights is where things get very interesting. You still have that pick one, 10,000 points, 1 suite upgrade award, or Miraval extra night. But then you get an ultimate free night award, which is somehow even better than the category 1 through 7 certificate. So this award at 150 nights lets you book anything category 1 through 8, as well as any inclusive property category A through F, or a night at the Miraval, which is its own absurd category. Sha, what do you think? I mean, I think that it's really cool that it has this unlimited award, but like 150 nights is out of reach for the vast majority.
Yeah, I totally agree. For me, I'm going to be touching almost on 100 nights this year. For me to get to 150, even by my own stupid standard, is absurdly high. So I would never even get close to this range. And I feel like for these properties, so, for someone that's spending 150 nights, is this award going to really move the needle that much? It's cool. Don't get me wrong. But like at places I would want to use the award, I would not want to pay the points to extend my stay. So like at these like category F or like the max tier all inclusives like Secrets Impression Moshe or the other Secrets Impressions that opened up, or a Miraval, I do not want to pay the full points rate to extend my stay. And if I'm doing it for a single night, it's kind of like, what's the point? However, I will say it's still awesome. It is awesome to have an unlimited cert that can be used, pretty much at any Hyatt property. That is cool. But for 150 nights, it applies to so few people.
Yeah,
So
150 nights is literally
change.
like 5 months of the year that you are staying at Hyatt hotels, which is crazy. I think it's possible. Maybe some people with high spend on the Hyatt credit cards can earn elite night credits to get up to this level. But again, also, it does make me a little salty that they did not change the category 1 through 7 certificates to 1 through 8 at the 60 night level. Frankly, Hyatt used to only go up to category 7. It was only in these last couple of years it started moving things to 8. and without updating the 1 through 7 certificate 2 through 8. So, I don't know. I think we should get 1 through 8 at 60 nights, but it's apparently not.
I totally agree. I think even more important is the Cat 1 to 4 certs are like I can use a Cat 1 to 7 at plenty of places if I need to, right? Some of the Hyatt's top tiers at time of recording are still Cat 7s, like Park Hyatt, Alila Maldives, Park Hyatt Tokyo's Cat 7, Grand Hyatt Kauai's Cat 7. We can use these Cat 7s, but from the Cat 1 to 4s, it's getting really, really tough to use them because a lot of the good Hyatts, or even decent Hyatts, especially in the US, are Cat 5 or higher. So I feel like that is really the shame. I feel like they need to update those to Cat 1 to 5. Cat 1 to 7, though, I do agree. Like, come on, 60 nights, previously that would have gotten me a Cat 1 to 7 cert, which I could have used anywhere at any Hyatt. Now it's like I can't use it at true top tier hotels like Park Hyatt Kyoto and things like that. So that is a shame.
I would say this is the one area where I think Hilton free night certificates are better because those are basically truly a global certificate at any standard room, and it's like pretty easy to get them if you have the Hilton credit cards. Like the Hilton Aspire gives you one each year just by having the card, whereas like a truly global certificate at Hyatt, you do have to spend 150 nights, or a close to global certificate you have to spend 60 nights or 100. So that's just my general take. I think we should move on to the other major change, is that certificates as well as all these types of awards can now be used for other people much more easily because you can transfer them. And this includes things like suite upgrade awards and club lounge awards that couldn't be gifted in the past. Now, I think there's an important distinction to understand. So these terms can be tricky. So there's gifting versus transferring. So currently, in the old system, the current system, you can gift certain awards. So for example, free night certificates or the legacy guest of honor system, person A is gifting an award to person B by calling in and using person A's certificate or points to make an award booking for person B. So that is how it currently works, and it still will work that way. However, Hyatt is introducing a new feature called transferring awards, where you are literally moving the award itself to the other person's account, and then the other person can then use that award from your account to book something. Now, but if I gift something to another person and I cancel it, that gift will come, or that original award will come back to me. But if I transfer something from person A to person B, that is final. It cannot be transferred back in the new system. So you're literally moving that award to another person's account. Now, what's cool about this new transfer feature is that it works for suite upgrade awards and club lounge awards, which previously just could not be gifted to anyone else. Sean, thoughts on this change? Is this super valuable? What do you think?
Yeah, I want to give you my thoughts in 1 second. I am just curious, does this work for the award night certificates, so the Cat 1 to 4, Cat 1 to 7? Can you also transfer to the other accounts, or is it just the guest of honor, the suite upgrades in the club lounge?
Yes, I believe everything can be transferred, including the category 1 through 4, 1 through 7, as well as the new Ultimate Free Night Awards. So those can be transferred. Interestingly, I'm getting into something really niche right now, but the Guest of Honor award itself can both be gifted as well as transferred. So theoretically, person A could transfer Guest of Honor to person B in terms of the award. Then person B could then gift that Guest of Honor stay to person C, but they cannot transfer it once more.
That honestly, this is, in my view, probably the most insane change that Hyatt has made of all of these, because we haven't seen anything like this in any other hotel program at all. So for like IHG and Marriott, you can't there's not even like a truly official way to even gift stays. Okay, Marriott, you can transfer points, but it's only $100,000 a year, and you can only transfer the points. You can't actually gift the stay. You can't gift the certificate, at least officially. For Hilton, basically the same deal. So the fact that Hyatt is not only allowing gifting of these awards, which previously they didn't allow the gifting of, the suite upgrades in the club lounge, but now they are allowing official transfers from account A to account B, where it's not a gift from account A to account B anymore. It is now account B's certificate. Account B can do whatever they want with it. that is a truly game-breaking change in my view, because that is so awesome. If I have all these sweet upgrades that I can't use, but previously, too bad, they just expire, and Hyatt doesn't even compensate you at all if you have expired certificates. Now, you could just go on a community group. By the way, check out our community group, link in the description if you want to, ask if anyone has any extra expiring Hyatt certificates. But you can now go to a community group and go, hey guys, I got all these, extra sweet upgrades. I got these club lounge access awards. I can't use them. Does anyone want them? And now you can help someone out and give them these awards that previously would have been completely useless. And it's even better than like a gift because, if you gift someone a stay, it's kind of a hassle. You got to call in. If they cancel the stay, it goes back to your account. Versus a transfer, oh my God, it's so easy. You transfer to their account. It's done. It's their award. They can do with it what they like. So this is the biggest change in my mind. And this, I'm sure we're going to see, I'm not endorsing these, but I'm sure we're going to see marketplaces of people selling their Hyatt Suite Upgrade Awards, selling their certificates because, they'll have tangible value, of course. Again, not endorsing it, but I'm sure that's going to happen. Sherwin, do you agree that this is, I think the biggest change of these, of these changes?
Yes. And I think, it can be a little confusing, but I think it's ultimately positive change. If you think about like a guest of honor award is now not just like a globalist giving something to someone else, but like a certificate that applies globalist benefits to something. The fact that that itself can be transferred to another person, they can use it for themselves, or it can be gifted in a stay, just creates so many more opportunities for people to share the benefits they've gotten from their loyalty. Of course, it is likely still against the terms of service to sell these things. As Sean said, if someone were to contravene the terms and do that, it would be easier to pull off.
Yeah, I do want to be fully clear. I'm not endorsing at all selling them or anything like that. Don't do that. If you get caught, your account will be shut down. But, you can gift it to people if there's no financial transaction involved. I don't see a reason why if you went to your favorite community group, you couldn't give them away to someone, similar to how you'll see people do these with United club certificates. If you go to the United Reddit, people with expiring certs will give them away. So it's just a way to do a nice gesture. And maybe you could benefit from it too. If you have a friend or someone that doesn't have an ability to use these certificates, you could now use them. And it's just really a net win for everyone. And the fact that it's actually officially transferable is just such a net positive we haven't seen from any other hotel program. And I really hope this puts pressure on these other programs to implement a change like this, because it is archaic how you can't even officially gift Marriott point stays to anyone.
Yes. Okay, so let's recap all of the content we've gone over. So pros and cons. Pros. Now at 40 nights, there are better awards. You can get Suite Upgrade Award and Experience Globalist benefits at 40 nights, whereas previously you'd have to go to at least 50 to get any Suite Upgrade Awards. There are more Suite Upgrade Awards total. You can get up to 5 by 60 nights. There's more choice with the pick one thing. So, now you can transfer awards. The globalists are no longer stuck with useless club access awards. You can either gift them or you can pick something else. Guest of honor works on paid stays, can be used by non-globalists. The person who books it can get 1 elite night credit per stay. There's stuff beyond 100 nights all the way to 150, including shiny cert at 150 nights. More stuff will be doable online without having to call in. And some of the stuff remains the same, such as how Suite Upgrade Awards work, award categories as of now, as well as the certificates earned at 30 nights and at 60 nights. However, there are some drawbacks. For example, the category 1 through 7 certificate at 60 nights still does not include category 8, and the ultimate award at 150 nights is likely not attainable for most people. Guest of honor is no longer unlimited for globalists, and inaccessible to those who earn globalists through a 20-night challenge. And we still cannot use Suite Upgrade Awards with certificates. Fortunately, that has not changed. So overall, what's your take, Sean? Good or bad?
I have to say good. I feel like Hyatt, if they really wanted to do the minimum, all they would have had to do is, okay, maybe they add the you pick one for the 20 and 30 night milestones so globalists aren't stuck with the club access awards. And they could have just said, you know what, no more guest of honor because we don't want people abusing it unlimited times. And they could have done that. And, honestly, it would have still been a very competitive program if they didn't change anything else. But Hyatt went further than that. Hyatt wants to make a loyalty program that actually rewards people that stay there and actually makes people want to be excited about joining and participating in the loyalty program. These changes are overwhelmingly good. Unless you are a Globe Light, meaning a Globe that hasn't spent 60 nights, and we're booking a bunch of guest of honor reservations, which is such a small fraction of people. And let's be real, the people that were doing that were probably like selling those guest of honor reservations anyways. So,
but also those people can still do that through February 2025 because
that's true. They can still do that. So you haven't lost anything. You still have time, but that still applies to such a small portion of people that overall these changes are overwhelmingly positive. And what I really like is it's not like they made the status easier to get or something. So it's not like there's going to be a direct like devaluation of this, there's 10 million globes now all checking into the hotel, where it's really the same. You still have to stay pretty much the same number of nights, but you just have more flexibility in how you use the milestones that you are earning. So overall, I am extraordinarily happy with these changes, especially given the trend we've seen over the past few years of just devaluation after devaluation of every hotel program. So this is a very welcome change, and I really, really hope that other programs follow suit.
Yes, I pretty much agree with that take and have nothing more to add, so I think we'll close out today. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please check out other episodes of the Credit Card BS podcast. We post weekly here on this YouTube channel, as well as through your favorite podcast app. Please also subscribe. It really helps us out a ton. Additionally, if you're interested in opening any credit cards, please check out the links in the description below. Using them to sign up greatly helps support our channel. Finally, Sean, do you want to plug our Discord?
Yes, so if you want to connect with an elite group of award travelers, maybe you want to see if anyone has any leftover Hyatt certificates they can't use and want to give away, check out the 100% free Travel Lane Discord at the link in the description. And yeah, we really hope you've enjoyed this video, and we will see you next week.
Thank you.